This is my chair. It's actually a couple of questions. Don't put so much pressure on it that it's stressing you out. In past relationships, I want to marry somebody who is my best friend.
It's really cool that you're using your platform to first honor the Lord and honor God, because like it's really easy to, in a society, to easily go away from that.
Okay, it feels silly that I'm literally like, this is my chair and I'm sitting on the floor, but it's fine. Okay, so the first question for this video that I got from the girls chat is actually a couple of questions, but they were also similar, so I figured I could group them together and it would be just fine. They work really well together. You'll see. So the first question is dating at 16 a sin? Does God forbid it, or is it okay? Second question, is it bad to have a boyfriend at 17? And then the third and fourth question, third being, how do I ask the person I like if they want to date? And it's like an awkward light right on my face. We're gonna try that. Okay. And then the fourth question is, why is dating so hard? And I don't know if that was a rhetorical question, honestly. Same. So the first and second question, is dating at 16 and 17 okay? I just want to say that I can tell that you guys have such a sweet heart and you just want to follow the Lord and like be obedient to him and everything, and I think that's amazing. And I love your heart. That's what I wanted to start off by saying. Second, no, it is not a sin to date under the age of 18 unless your parents specifically told you they don't want you dating, because then that's disobeying your parents, and the Bible does say to honor your mom and dad. So you can honor your parents by being obedient and doing what they say even if you don't like it. So I know that I don't have a lot of context for those questions, so I don't know if your parents are like, oh, it's totally okay if you date under the age of 18, or if your parents are like, you actually have to wait till you're 18 to date, because that kind of makes the difference. The Bible doesn't give us a ton of context on dating because dating wasn't really a thing back then. They were more arranged marriages, so that's a little bit different. So the Bible doesn't specifically talk about that per se, but like it does give a lot of good advice on relationship and love and everything. So honestly, go to the word, because that's gonna make all the difference and that's gonna answer a lot of your questions. So I bring up the under the age of 18 thing because I wasn't allowed to date till I was 18, and so if I were to date under the age of 18, it would be directly disobeying what my parents had told me. So I bring up that, and that's kind of the first thing that came to mind because of my own experience. Not every parent is like that, but some parents are, so just use your discernment and you'd be able to tell if it's a sin or not. Okay, so going back to the third question, how do I ask the person I like if they want to date? This is a very good question, and honestly, I don't have an answer for you. I feel like I'm the least qualified person to answer this question since I have no idea. I am not really one to tell a person that I like them, and I think it's a great idea if you have the confidence to do so, but I haven't done that. I don't have that experience. Some ways that you can show a guy that you like him without actually telling him is by showing interest in his life, asking him questions, getting to know him, and just being friendly. Not necessarily flirty, although I guess some people would say that would be a good idea. I don't know, flirting can be dangerous, I think, because people could take it the seductive route, and I don't think that's good. But definitely, like, just show interest. Show up where they are, be friendly, be kind. If you guys know how to ask the person you like if they want to date. If you have an answer to that question, show up in the comments, let us know what your thoughts are on the matter, because I would love to read what you have to say, and I'm sure other girls and guys would also. So definitely, if you have an answer to that question or you have a thought or opinion, share it in the comments. We would love to hear. And then, why is dating so hard? Girl, I have no idea. I don't know. I wish I knew. I think it's hard because it's not something that we've done for a lot of years, I guess, and maybe it's something we're new at or something. I don't know. I'm gonna consider it a rhetorical question. Who knows? Who knows why it's so hard? I think maybe it doesn't have to be so hard. I think that we make it harder than it is, when dating could just be a way of getting to know somebody and not put so much pressure on it. And I know that kind of, there's two sides of looking at that, but I think just dating to get to know a person, to see if you're even interested in being in a relationship with them for real. I think that we put too much pressure on dating, and that can be why it seems so hard, when really it should be fun to an extent. I mean, yes, a lot of it is getting to know a person, if you're compatible with this person, if you get along with this person, if you have the similar interests and everything, that's all very good, like getting to know the person, yes, but also don't put so much pressure on it that it's stressing you out. I think that's something I've done in the past too, in past relationships. I just put so much pressure on the dating process and getting to know the person and going through the checklist in my mind. And actually, I have a physical checklist, unfortunately, or fortunately, I have a physical checklist. So I go through and I see if they're the type of person that I want to be with, and I get so serious about it. And I think that that's probably where I've gone wrong in the past, is taking it too seriously and not having any fun with it, where I want to marry somebody who is my best friend. And when I put so much pressure on dating, it takes the fun right out of it. And how do you be a best friend with somebody? How do you become a best friend with somebody when you're not even having fun together? So that's kind of my thought process on that. So I think that we just make it harder than it needs to be. And this is just my theory. I don't know for sure if this is a qualified answer or anything. This is just my thought process lately from my experience in the dating world and everything. So I think that we definitely put too much pressure on it and make it harder than it needs to be. So we're just gonna consider that my answer. And yeah.